Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope all of you are doing well. Let me introduce myself and my partner. My name is Pradnya Ulri Pradinia Prametha, and my partner is Iffatun Nisa. In this presentation, we will explain about modal auxiliary and dually classified verbs. First, I will explain to you about modal auxiliary. What is modal auxiliary? Modal auxiliary is an auxiliary verbs that give additional meaning to the main verb in a sentence. The modal auxiliary in English are can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, and must. Modal auxiliary function are to expresses 1. Ability, kemampuan. 2. Possibility, kemungkinan. 3. Certainty, kepastian. 4. Probability, kemungkinan di dalam kesempatan. 5. Necessity, kebutuhan. 6. Volition, kemauan. 7. Obligation, kewajiban. And 8. Permission, izin. Note that each modal can have more than one function. Okay, let's move to the explanation. 1. Can, dapat atau bisa. Can is a modal auxiliary that expresses first, ability. Example, can you reach the top of shelf? It means, are you able to reach the top of shelf? Second, possibility. Example, this paint can be applied with a spray. It means that it is possible to apply this paint. Third, permission. Example, can I borrow your car? This means asking permission. 2. Could, dapat atau bisa. Could is a past form of can. Could have the same function as can. First, ability. Example, Vita could come here if she wasn't busy. Second, possibility. Example, the free cinema tickets could be ours if we came to the mall yesterday. Third, permission. Example, could I join this game? 3. May, mungkin atau boleh. May expresses first, possibility. Example, this may be a dinosaur's footprint. It means this is possibly dinosaur's footprint. Second, permission. May is a more formal alternative to can in the meanings of permission, and it is extended to such meanings as polite offer. Example, may I help you with the luggage? This is meant to be a polite offer. 4. Might, mungkin atau bisa. Might is a past form of may. Same with may, might, could expresses possibility. Although might historically is a past form, but in such cases it do not revert to past time, but to a present state of affairs. Past time is expressed by have plus n. Example, this might have been a dinosaur's footprint. Second, permission. Might is sometimes used for an indirect request. Example, you might fetch me a Coke and a packet of crisps. 5. Will, akan. Will express in speech time while the action predicated by the main verb either coincides with speech or refers to a future event. Will could expresses first certainty. Example: the concert will be over now. It means that the concert will likely be over now. Second, volition. Example: I will go to the campus tomorrow. This means that the speaker has volition to go to the campus tomorrow. 6. Would, akan. Would is a past form of will. Would is used in a past time frame. Example: they would sit and gossip for hours. Would also state the factual condition atau kondisi yang sebenarnya, whether it is the possible result, kondisi kemungkinan yang akan terjadi, or probable change in the past result, kondisi yang akan berubah di masa lalu. Example: if we went to Bali, we would enjoy more our holiday. Possible result: if Rani had much money, she would have bought many things. Probable change in the past result. 7. Shall, akan. Shall could expresses first certainty. Shall is used for the first person singular and plural. Example: I must have an early night, otherwise I shall be worn out tomorrow. Second, volition. Shall is used when a speaker expresses an intention. The intention naturally coincides with speech time, but the intended action is in the future. Example: I shall be back in a minute. Third, obligation. Example: all competitors in the games shall wear a number. It means that all competitors in the games obligate to wear a number. 8. Should, seharusnya atau akan. Should could expresses first probability. Example: it should be easy to reach New York from here. It means that it is probably easy to reach New York from here. Second, obligation. Example: people should drive more carefully. This means it is obligated for people to drive carefully. 9. Must, harus atau pasti. Must could expresses first certainty. Must are the core modals that most strongly express modal certainty. Example: the concert must be over. Second, necessity. Example: the key must be in your pocket. Means that the key must be in the pocket because it is a necessity. Third, obligation. Example: you must try harder. Means it is obligated for him or her to try harder. These are some notes that you need to remember about modal auxiliary. First, modal can be used only once in a sentence. Example: I will be able, not I will can. Second, modal auxiliary verb cannot be aided with S or ED. Example: he can, not he cans. Third, modal auxiliary verb cannot be followed by the word to. Example: I can go, not I can to go. Okay, that's it about modal auxiliary. And let's move to the next material.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, I would like to say thank you for watching in our presentation. Also, let me introduce myself and to my partner, Pradnya. My name is Iffatun Nisa. In this presentation, we will discuss about dually classified verb. We know that the important subclass of verbs called auxiliary verbs or auxiliaries. They are quite markedly different in their grammatical behavior from other verbs, which are called lexical verbs. Dually classified verbs. A few verbs belong to both auxiliary and lexical verb classes, exhibiting auxiliary behavior under certain circumstances and lexical verb behavior elsewhere. The main ones are do, have, need, and dare. Let's discuss about the first number, do. Do is a non-modal auxiliary. Little further need to be said about do. It is used in contractions like subject auxiliary inversion and negation when required to satisfy the requirement that the contraction contain an auxiliary. There is also a lexical verb do is used in clauses like she did her best and I did him an injustice, etc. Basically, do is an auxiliary, but in other uses like the two examples that I had mentioned, do is a lexical verb. Here, then, auxiliary do must be added to form interrogatives and negatives. For example, did she do her best? And I didn't do him an injustice. Jadi, verb do bisa menjadi auxiliary ketika di kalimat tanya atau kalimat negatif. Okay, I hope you get the point. So, let's move to the second number. The second number is have. This verb belongs to both lexical and auxiliary clauses. Have is always an auxiliary when it marks perfect tense or where it normally occurs with the following past participle. When it occurs in clauses describing states, expressing such meanings as possession or obligation, usage is divided. Most speakers treat it as a lexical verb, but some treat it as an auxiliary, especially in the present tense. The third number is need. Need behaves as an auxiliary or a modal auxiliary when it has a bare infinitival complement. Elsewhere, it is a lexical verb. Auxiliary need has only present tense forms and occurs only in non-affirmative context. For example, in negatives, interrogatives, and related contractions. These auxiliaries only when followed by an infinitival contractions without to, as in need to tell anyone, she needn't go, need she any help, etc. It's auxiliary usage. Those in do we need to tell anyone, she doesn't need to go, does she need any help, we have lexical verbs. Okay. The last number is dare. Auxiliary dare, or again a modal, is very much like auxiliary need, in that it occurs only in non-affirmative context and takes a bare infinitival complement. Lexical dare mostly occurs in non-affirmative context too, but is not restricted to them. For example, in auxiliary usage, we have I daren't tell anyone, Same as auxiliary need, auxiliary there, only when followed by an infinitive contractions without to. Let's move on to the lexical verb usage. For example, I didn't dare to tell anyone. Do they dare to accept her challenge? And she had dared to contradict him. There's no auxiliary counterpart to she had dared to contradict him for two reasons. In the first place, dared is a past participle whereas modal auxiliaries have only primary forms. Secondly, this is not a non-affirmative context. Thank you for listening and watching our presentation, and may all those we have shared be beneficial for all of us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.